Spurge here with RevZilla, and in this video we are going to break down the REV'IT Wind 2 jacket available at RevZilla.com. So the Wind 2 replaces the Wind, which actually had replaced the original Air jacket. Back in like 2009, REV'IT was going to get rid of the Air jacket. We actually went to them and said, please don't. We'd like to keep this. It's been a bestseller for us. So the Wind 2 is part of that line, which is a jacket that REV'IT makes exclusively for us here at RevZilla. So what we like about this is that it's got a great price point, and they've made some key innovations to really make this a favorite riding jacket for the summer months. This is a full mesh chassis. Think late spring, all summer long, and into the early fall. And with this new iteration of the Wind 2, they haven't changed the price. So this jacket's still coming in right at that $200 price point. And if you're looking at REV'IT's line and trying to figure out where this falls, you would step up to the Airwave 3. If you were looking for a small bump above this, that gives you a little bit more of a touring cut to it, adds a little bit of adjustability. And then if you want to step down, you take a look at something like the Eclipse jacket. The Eclipse jacket goes back to that older Knox armor, and it's got a little bit more of a monochromatic colorway. Two different colorways with this. It's going to be the white version, the white gray version that Pat McHugh is wearing on my left-hand side. There's also a black version. Sizes will range from a small up to a 4XL with this particular piece. And speaking of sizing, Mr. McHugh stands at 6 feet, weighs in around 220 pounds, depending on the amount of donuts he's had in the morning, and he has a 44-inch chest. He's currently wearing this jacket in a size large. If you take that 44-inch chest measurement and you look at REV'IT's size chart, Pat falls right in between the large and the extra large. He's sized down to the large, gives it more of an articulated fit. He likes riding with a jacket that is nice and snug on him. If you want something that's a little bit looser, a little bit more relaxed fit, you would bump up a size. But again, depending on where you fall on that size chart, you'd probably go ahead and just bump down a size if you're in between sizes. And if you're smack dab in the middle, just go with the size that it recommends. Now, there have been some key changes to this. So let's go ahead and break those down first, starting with the armor. So this now is going to utilize REV'IT's seesmart CE Level 1 armor. Much more comfortable, much more flexible than the old bulkier Knox armor that is still coming in the Eclipse jacket. That's why we're saying this is that slight step up over the Eclipse. So in addition to the CE Level 1 seesmart armor that is now in the elbows and shoulders, you're also going to see 600D ripstop nylon going down your impact zone. So covering your shoulders across the top of your chest and then down the outside of the arm. This is replacing the older regular 600D material. The ripstop now, if you've never used ripstop before, the beauty of this is if you do get a snag or a tear, if you ever crash, the ripstop doesn't allow the tear to continue. So even if you have a little snag or a tear, you can continue to use the jacket. This just gets you longer life out of your garments. The other thing here is you're going to see a snapback at the collar. Pat, I'm going to go ahead and push against you there. That is a new little addition. If you're like myself, I don't like to ride with the collar open. However, I also don't like that collar flapping around on me. So that allows you to give that little snapback in this design. That's a new iteration. The main chassis on this is going to be that power, that PWR mesh chassis from REV'IT. That is not changed. We're seeing this in a lot of their jackets. That's going to give you your mass amount of airflow in the chest. As we work our way down the arms on this, you're going to see there is a little bit of a styling change in the way that they've incorporated this piece of material that goes around the bicep, a little bit of a snap adjuster there. You can see that PWR mesh working its way down the inside of the arm, so as you're riding in that riding position, pushes all that airflow through up underneath into your armpit, where a lot of us tend to overheat, in addition to that main chassis. Just a Velcro closure at the wrist, very simple in its design, nothing really crazy there. And then again, as you work your way down the chest, you are going to have hand warmer pockets on either side. Mr. McHugh, riding position for me. So you're going to see you still have a little bit of the foam padding up at the shoulder on top of that armor. They've removed it from the back. It used to be a little bit bigger and bulkier on the back of the shoulder on this. They've gotten rid of that. You have a stretch material at the back of the shoulders, and you can see where that mesh continues at the back of the arm. So that airflow that's coming through, again, pushes through your upper arm, under your armpit, and then out the back there. You're going to see that ripstop down along the side of the chassis as well. And then you are going to have a Velcro adjuster at the waist if you want to make any adjustments to cinch this down. McHugh, backwards. So the new addition on the back is going to be this grab hook at the top. This is being added to a lot of REV'IT jackets. This is a love or hate feature that we've read depending on the comments. I kind of like it. I have a series of hooks that I keep in my basement where I hang up all of my jackets. So it just makes it nice and easy to go ahead and throw and hang the jacket up there. And it doesn't distress the figure of the jacket because it goes right into this ripstop. As you work your way down the back, REV'IT logo on the back, pop a reflective, And then you are going to have this large mesh chassis at the back, and again, that PWR mesh. No back protector is included. We would recommend going and adding that REV'IT back protector to this. If you look at the product page, it'll tell you exactly what size you need to fit into the jacket depending on what size you're going with. So all that information will be there for you. Slight drop seat, again, which I like because you're in more of that full tuck position, gives you coverage over where your pants end and your jacket begins. McHugh, face forward, unzip for us. Taking a look quickly at the inside of this, simple design, mesh on the inside. You are going to have a pocket over on the right side, a little stash pocket, but this is going to be something that's a really comfortable mesh. So even if you're wearing a t-shirt like Mr. McHugh is, still going to be nice and comfortable against your skin. McHugh, you can go ahead and close up. There was a little bit of a soft, material on the inside, a little microfiber on the inside of the collar just for the added comfort, but we saw that when we flipped this open. So really simple design. They've made some key changes. So the key takeaways here over the REV'IT Wind 1 was they went to a ripstop in your impact zones. They've upgraded to the seesmart CE Level 1 armor. They've got that little hook hanger on the back, and then they've reduced some of the bulk of the foam padding. So really what we're seeing here is a lot of key innovations, and the price hasn't changed. We're seeing from a lot of different manufacturers price bumps in the market to deal with some of the inflated costs that we're seeing right now. I like the fact that REV'IT kept this right at that $200 price point, but gave you some really great key upgrades. Now, this has been a favorite within our line, or within REV'IT's line. Customers really seem to like this. If you want to hear what other customers have to say about the REV'IT Wind 1 and now the REV'IT Wind 2, you can click that info button on your desktop or mobile device. You can read other rider reviews from folks that are out there putting this jacket through its paces. And if you're still not sure as to which jacket is right for you and your riding style, you can always reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com. They can walk you through all the different jackets available to find you the right jacket to match with your riding style as well as your price point. I want to thank you for joining us today for this look at the REV'IT Wind 2 jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.